referencing in APA 6th edition. Look at the references here. Reference 1 is in regards to this reference here, 1. So, to reference, we can either use EndNotes or Zotero. Zotero is free. EndNotes is free if you get it from the library. However, they're stopping that. So I would recommend to use Zotero. It's really easy to use. What I need you to do to use Zotero is to go on their website here, zotero.org. Now you click on Downloads, and it will take you to the page where you can do it for Windows, or if you're using a Mac, you can download it for Mac. I also want you to install the Chrome connector. Now this is really important to install this. Once installed, it should look something like this when you open it up. Now it also should, if you install it correctly, have Zotero tab on Microsoft Word. Now, if this does not happen, there is a relatively easy fix. I want you to go back to your Chrome, and I want you to go on YouTube, and if you type in Zotero not showing up in words, this video is gold, and it will show you after the ads finishes what to do. Okay, so this is solving missing Zotero ad on MS Word, and it will give you the instructions. Anyway, we're going to start referencing. So reference 1 is in regards to this reference. I want you to copy the reference first. I want you to go back to Chrome. I want you to type in Google Scholar, because this is what we use to reference. Now, this is an important tip. I want you to go to the settings. I want you to click on library links, and I want you to type in Monaco Institute of Technology. I want you to search this, and it comes up, and you need to tick this box and click save. Now this is important because this will find you articles that MIT have paid for and that you can access for free. So our first article, it's going back, it was by Kavanagh, and with the title here. So we type it in, or Control V to paste. Okay, this is important. We go to this tab. This is saved to Zotero. We click on it. This is the correct title. There's only one option to choose from, but if there was more, they would display it here. We select it and we click on OK. Now this should import to our library, and it has done so successfully. So we go back to our document, reference 1, we're going to remove, and we're going to insert it using Zotero. So add citation. Now this is important. You need to choose the correct one. We use APA 6th edition, which is here. Now there could be a 7th edition coming out. However, at the moment we still use the 6th edition. But if it was the 7th edition, we'll just select 7th edition. I'm going to go OK. Right. Next, I'm going to type in the author. Now, this is a really important step. We do not use the mouse to click on the reference. I don't know why, but for some reason, it goes a little haywire. So we're just going to use the keyboard. Okay, so you select whatever reference. We've only got one, so it's just going to show up, and we hit enter. Then we hit enter again, and then it comes in nicely. Now, is this correct? Well, the answer is no. Why? Because we've used the author inside the sentence. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit about this. So, reading the sentence, it is impossible to say the sentence without stating the author, because Kavanagh Spence states aggressive statements can have a negative impact on team morale. It's impossible to say that sentence without stating the author's name. So, if that is the case, the author's names need to be outside the brackets. Now, this is really easy to do. We click, we delete one bracket, we delete one comma, and we put the bracket around 2013. So that is done. Now, at the bottom, we should have a reference list. So I'm going to create a reference list, references. Now this is a title, so it needs to be bold and it needs to be in the middle. Your reference list is always on a separate page. To make it on a separate page, we go page break. And what page break does is that it keeps it always on a separate page. So if we've got text here, it will just transfer it to the next page, as we can see here. So we want to import our reference list. We go back to Zotero and we're going to go add and edit bibliography. So we're going to click on this and it is imported successfully. And it will do this perfectly in APA format in alphabetical order. So that was one reference. Let's do the second reference. This is supported by a qualitative study by reference 2, which looked at the effects of personal attacks on team dynamics. So reference 2 was this reference here. So we copy and paste the title into Google Scholar. We click yes, just double check to make sure it was Garrett, and this is Garrett. Okay, so we click up here. It's only one to select, and we click OK. Now, this should import to our library, which it has successfully. We go back, we remove reference 2, which is here, and we import. Okay, so it's Garrett. There it is. Remember, we don't use the mouse, we just use the keyboards, and we hit enter. Now, let's see if it goes inside or outside the brackets. This is supported by qualitative study by Garrett 2013. Okay, so this sentence again, it is impossible to read the sentence out without including the author's name in it. Why? Because it's got a qualitative study by. You have to say the author's name. Right, easy fix. We remove one bracket, remove the comma, and we just put a bracket around 2013. Let's see if it's successfully added it to our reference list, and it has, so that is perfect. Just going to give one other example. Right, let's do reference 3. Okay. In 1981, a landmark paper sparked the emergence of new theories, which has brought a wider variety of styles and approaches to the coaching profession. Reference 3, so we're going to copy and paste this really quick. So Control A, Control V, enter. Oh, there's a few results, so we need to make sure that we get the right one. It's by Simon, okay, which is the top one. So we click, okay, and it is the top one here. So when we click on that and we click OK. See how it's given you heaps of options? Now this is important to make sure that you've got the correct one, which is the top one. We click OK, and that should import it successfully to our reference library, and it has. Okay, so we're going to import the reference. Reference 3, we're going to remove this, and we're going to import. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going to hit enter. I'm going to hit enter again. Okay, let's have a look at whether we need to change this reference at all or take it outside the brackets. Can we say this sentence without stating the author's name? In 1981, a landmark paper sparked the emergence of new theories which has brought a wider variety of styles and approaches to the coaching profession. Full stop. We did not have to state or say the author's name at all in that sentence. So if that's the case, we can just leave it in the brackets like this. Let's see if it is added successfully to our reference list. It has, perfect. I'm just going to give you one quick last example. This is if you've got two references together. So in paragraph 2, we've got two references together, reference 6 and reference 7. So let's just do this quickly. Using Zotero is very, very fast. If you had to manually type out your reference list, it will take you a long time. In fact, hours if you've got a lot of references. So this just does it automatically. Like this is only a 4 or 5 minute part of the video, and we've already done at least 4 references. So we've just added another one here with CIMIC, and we need to do reference 7. So let's copy and paste this. I just like copying the title. You can use the authors as well. Or you can copy the authors as well. That's okay, so that's correct. And click on this. Okay. So reference 6 and reference 7, which was CIMIC and K, let's add them in. So this statement here, static stretching has also been shown to have detrimental effects on acute power output. This was found by 2 authors. So you had a look at their research articles and you found that these 2 research articles found this particular finding. So we're going to add both of them up. We're going to include both the references together. So we type in CIMIC, which is the second one, hit enter, and we're also going to put in K, because those are the 2 authors, and we hit enter. See, it will look something like this, and all we have to do is hit the enter button, and it does it automatically. So do we have to change anything to this reference? So let's have a look. So static stretching has also been shown to have detrimental effects on acute power output. Have we stated the author at all in the sentence, or do we need to state the author at all in the sentence? The answer is no. So it goes inside the brackets. And so that is referencing.